Okay, so mabuhay. Welcome to the part 3 of our video discussions. And it's all about the introduction to law and tourism hospitality part 3. So at the end of this discussion, you should be able to define citizenship, identify the citizens of the Philippines, state the modes of acquiring citizenship, and of course to explain the concept of national economy and patrimony. For our lesson preview review, so the Philippine citizenship is based upon the principle of jus sanguinis, which means right of blood. Jus sanguinis is a well-accepted principle which, when applied in the Philippines, provides that any person who has a parent who is a citizen or national of the Philippines is considered as Filipino, regardless of what place where he was born. Jus sanguinis is the primary method of acquiring Philippine citizenship. We all know that citizenship matters. There are rights and privileges that are available only to the Filipino citizen. The right to hold public position, the right to vote, the right to stay in the Philippines or to unlimited numbers of days and more. So for this module, prepare to learn more about citizenship and the national economy and patrimony. Okay, so first of all, let us define what is citizenship. So, citizenship is the membership in political community which is more or less permanent in nature. So, another constitution provision that should be given emphasis related to hospitality and tourism industry is citizenship. The latter is defined as a membership in the political economy which is more or less permanent in nature. And citizens of the Philippines, the followings are the citizens of the Philippines according to Article 4, Section 1 of 1987 Constitution. So first, those who are citizens of the Philippines at the time of the adoption of the Constitution. So, lahat po before ma-adopt yung Constitution na yon, consider as Filipino or citizen of the Philippines. 2, those whose father or mothers are citizen of the Philippines, kapag ang magulang mo, ang iyong mama at papa ay isang Pilipino. Those born before January 17 of 1973 of Filipino mothers who had elected Philippine citizenship upon reaching the age of majority, and those who are naturalized in accordance with the law. Kung nag-file ba siya ng citizenship, something like that. And when we say natural-born citizens naman, natural-born citizens are those who are citizens of the Philippines from birth without having to perform any act of acquire or perfect their Philippine citizenship. So, those elect Philippine citizenship is accordance with paragraph 3, section 1, hereof shall be deemed natural-born citizen. So, here's the mode of acquiring citizenship. So, the following are the modes of acquiring citizenship. So we have the jus sanguinis, we have the jus soli, and the naturalization. So when we say jus sanguinis, it means that the citizenship of a person is acquired by blood relationship, as when a child is born Filipino parents, whether he may born. Ibig sabihin po nito, kapag nanay mo at tatay mo ay isang Pilipino, ikaw po ay natural born Filipino. Kabaliktad naman po ito yung jus soli na tinatawag po natin. Ang jus solis po, or jus soli, ito po ay ang batay sa lugar. Ibig sabihin po nito, the citizenship of the person is determined by the place of birth. U.S. law provides that every child born in their land is considered as an American citizen. So, Filipino-American ka. If both parents are Filipino citizen and the mother gave birth in the US, the child is considered as a Filipino at the same time American. Ito po ang tinatawag na dual citizenship. Like for example, ang father mo isang Filipino at ang mama mo isang Japanese. So you're a Filipino-Japanese citizen. Meaning dual citizen ka. So again, ang jus sanguinis po, yung parents citizen siya ng isang bansa o meron siyang isang nationality Filipino. Ibig sabihin po nun, ikaw ay Pilipino rin. Ang jus solis naman, nakadepende po ito kung parents or kung saan kasi nilang. Simple as that. And when we say naturalization, It is a process, whether judicial or administrative, by which a step places an imprint of native citizen when he adopts an alien and gives him the imprint and endowment of a citizen of the country. Meaning, for example, you're American pero napamahal ka na sa Pilipinas. So, magpa-file ka for citizenship. Like for example, ilang years ba? Likewise, kagaya ng mga ginagawa ng mga tumitira, nag-settle down sa Canada, sa US, para makuha silang green card nila, para citizen sila ng bansa na yon. Again, sabi nga nila, to be honest, ang citizenship daw ay ang citizenship kasi guys, nagkakaroon kayo ng rights of privilege na available sa mga tao o citizens tong bansa na meron na yon. Kagaya nga ng mga code of public position, mga pagboto, yung ilang araw ka makakapagtagal doon, hindi mo kailangan ng mga visa, something like that. Okay. So, the goal of national economy is to more equitable distribution of opportunities, income, and wealth to its citizens. A sustained increase in the amount of goods and services produced by the nations for the benefit of the people, and expanding productivity as the key to raising the quality of life, all especially the privileged. The state shall promote industrialization of full employment based on sound agricultural development and agrarian reform through industry that make full efficient use human and natural resources and which are competitive in domestic and foreign markets. When we say ecotourism, however, the state shall protect Filipino enterprises against unfair foreign competition and trade practices. Ito po yung diniscuss natin, or diniscuss ko sa inyo, yung meron tayong the Prince Hotel versus the GSIS. So, in pursuit of these goals, all sectors of the economy and all regions of the country shall be given optimum opportunity to develop private enterprises and including corporations, cooperatives, and similar collective organization. Excuse me. Shall be encouraged to broaden the base of their ownership. Okay? So, the National Economy and Patrimony provision of 1987 Constitution plays a significant role in boosting the conservation of resources that we have in the tropical country. The National Economy and Patrimony provisions, the 1987 Constitution, is necessary for development of Philippine tourism industry. So, to sum it up, again, the importance of citizenship is to help us to become informed, thoughtful, and responsible citizens who are aware of our duties and rights in our country. It actually promotes spiritual, moral, social, and cultural development, making us more self-confident and responsible both and beyond our country. And it actually also encourage us, you students, to play a helpful part in life sa country natin. And it actually teaches us about the economy and democratic institution and values, and encourage us to respect different nationals, religions, ethnic identities, and develop us to have the ability to reflect on issues and take part of discussion. And it actually also promotes the portion. Yung citizenship kasi natin, nagkakaroon siya ng family unification, eligibility of government and jobs, freedom to travel, and of course, the right to vote. Okay. So now let us move sa module 4, which tackles about the tourism hospitality as a trade. So at the end of this module, you should be able to explain the forms of business organizations, define sole proprietorship and partnership, the state, the form, types of nature, essential elements of partnership. So starting a business can be very difficult but not impossible. The long list of things to do can be very intimidating. Careful planning is a must. Analysis of the industry, financial projections, locations, staying power, human resources, and regulatory requirements must be studied with utmost attention. Tourism, hospitality businesses, like any other businesses, are susceptible to being confronted with legal issues and are technicalities in their entire management. In this module, prepare to learn the compliance requirements of the law on business organization. Okay, so establishing a business is not an easy thing. There are many factors to be considered before it could materialize or being profitable. We also have the feasibility study should be done before investing, before ka magbigay ng pera sa isang negosyo. It is not wise to put up business without any projection as to amount of or capital to be invested in the time wherein the same shall be returned. Ang lokasyon and other competitions mo sa paligid mo should also be considered as a basis for the innovations, reinvention of the products to be offered ng binigosyong gusto mo. When we say human resource naman, it actually also plays an important role to key success. But most importantly, the nature of business must be clearly established. Ang one vital concept that your module actually wants you to know is to know the compliances or the requirements of the law business organizations. So let's talk about the forms of business organization. So the following different forms of business organization. So we have the sole proprietorship, the partnership, and the corporation. Okay, now, so first let's talk about the sole proprietorship. When we say sole proprietorship, in this form of business, the owner is in the command of his whole business and stands to lose as much as he puts in and even more to the extent of all his personal holdings. And also, in addition to that, the establishment, operations, and the management of this form of business organization is not governed by any special law as compared to partnership and corporation. If this form of business is confronted by some legal issues or may mga batas na tapakan or disputes, the proprietor can use the general law, prevailing civil obligation, yung mga subjunctive natin, and of course, the public law, obligation and contracts in business and commercial transaction. So having the power to control the management of the business, ang sole proprietorship has limitless liability since his asset and property may be preceded by the creditors. So the law does not make any difference between personal affairs and proprietor and his business interests before the eyes of the law. There are one at the same on the same. Okay, to sum it up, pag sinabi po natin na sole proprietorship, so the owner uh, is in complete control and gets lahat ng profits, lahat ng kita. Ang cons nga lang niya, yung personal finances ng owners and business finances, nasa isa lang din siya. So, most of the business sa ibang bansa ay sole proprietorship business. Kasi nga, ito ay isang unincorporated business that has just one owner who pays personal income tax on profits earned from the business. So, single ownership, no sharing profit and loss, one man's capital, unlimited liabilities, less legal formalities, and of course, one man control. So, let's move on. sa partnership. So partnership, by contract partnership, two or more persons bind themselves to contribute money, property, or industry to a common fund with the intention of dividing the profits among themselves. According to the article of 1767 of Civil Code of the Philippines, two or more persons may also form a partnership for exercise of profession. Once again, Article 1767 Civil Code of the Philippines. Again, Article 1767 Civil Code of the Philippines. So, partnership has a juridical personality to separate and distinct from each of the partners. So we have the forms of partnership. We have the general partnership, the limited partnership, limited liability partnership, and the types of partners. So okay, let's talk first about the general partnership. It is basic form of partnership which all other partners manage the business and are personally liable for its debts. Ibig sabihin no, lahat po kayo kumikilos sa isa general partnership. Lahat kayo may contribution. And limited partnership naman, in this form of partnership, certain limited partners relinquish their ability to manage the business in case of limited liability of the partnership debts. For example, you and your friends trying to come up with a business but you don't have enough money to invest. So meaning your skills, your experiences, yun yung magiging ambag mo sa negosyo nyo. Pero yung kita po, hati po kayo. And limited liability partnership naman, in this form of partnership, all partners have some degree of limited liabilities. Limitado. Ayan siya. And now, when it comes to types of partners, so we have the general, the limited, and the silent. Okay? So, in general partners, they have the obligation of strict liability to third parties injured by the partnership. Ang joint liability or joint and several liability may be imposed depending upon circumstances. And when we say limited partners, their liability is limited to their investment in their partnership. Silent partners naman, they are partners who are not involved in the management in business and whose association with the business is not publicity known. So, pag nabasa natin, alam na po agad natin ang definition ng bawat isa na yan. So, the nature of partnership. Partnership is fiduciary in character. It means that all the partners must have trust and confidence in one another. Sino nga ba naman ang isang negosyante na magbibigay ka ng oras, pera, at pawis, pero wala ka ng palang tiwala sa mga katrabaho mo? It is not ideal to organize a partnership with people whom you don't know or who you cannot give your complete trust and confidence. So, Delectus Personae. Delectus Personae is a selection of person of satisfactory of oneself and position. As a partner, it involves trust, confidence in others' character, capabilities, responsibilities. So, in partnership kasi, a person has the right to choose the person or person he wants to become his partner. Of course. Walang hindi ka pumili, di ba? So, the essentials of partnership. So, essential of partnership, ano po ito? So, sorry, nagkasalita ako. So, sa element of partnership, guys, so to sum it up, pag sinabi nating elements of partnership, ito lang yung mga formal arrangement ng two or more parties to manage and operate the business and share profits. Ibig sabihin lang po nito, nagiging para kayong isang puzzle na kung saan binubuo kayo sa lahat ng kita, nasa inyo po yun. Okay? So, business partnership kasi is a specific kind of relationship siya na kung saan